never follow suit. Ain't a shot around that I wouldn't shoot. Nah, this time around, you know I had to bring the flu. When niggas down, that's when they wanna call a truce. I set the tone, I don't never follow suit. Ain't a shot around that I wouldn't shoot. Nah, this time around, you know I had to bring the flu. When niggas down, that's when they wanna call a truce.
Welcome to Resiliency Cam. Got my man Nique with me tonight. A lot of y'all know him for his music, his clothing line, 917 Crown. I know him as my best friend and my brother. How we doing tonight, brother?
I'm good. I'm just honored to be on to be the debut episode of your podcast.
Man, so excited, man. Many a months, meetings, days, long talks, conversations about today, so
for sure.
We excited, man. So, man, just to, we're gonna jump straight into it. So Dom, man, tell them about Crown. What does Crown stand for? What does it mean? What is 917?
Well, Crown stand for, spell CRWN, stand for creating realities without normalities. Pretty much just saying, defy the status quo. You ain't got to just, do what looks good on paper, graduate high school, go to college, work a 9 to 5, retire and die. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Right.
I want people to have that same ambition they had when they was younger, to be whatever they wanted to be when they was younger.
Right.
Until they accomplish it, whether that be in their late 20s, early 30s, late 40s. Don't just get to a certain age and be like, damn, that shit didn't go through. Let me go work this call center job. You get what I'm saying? No offense, nothing towards people. I worked the call center job. I walked out after 3 weeks though. I couldn't do that. I swear I couldn't do that.
Man, that's real talking. You touched on some important stuff. Just doing what you want to do in life. I feel a lot of people,
right.
kind of just let that, whatever they passionate about, sometimes they kind of let that die. After the first few tries, if it don't go right or something go wrong, you know what I mean? A lot of people just, take what life give them, versus, creating that reality, you know what I mean? So I like Crown. So, if you don't know what that stands for, and then, talk about the music, man. Talk about the projects. Is there anything coming up we should know about? And explain 917.
Okay, so I'll explain. I guess I'll do the 917 first. So, like I said, Crown, the first part was what I just explained, and the 917 is my birthday.
Right.
So everything I just explained is how I live. So the 917 is just my stamp. Like, that's me. Mm-hmm. So what I speak is what I live.
Right. And then, so like with the 917, like, is it always, because you got like some certain artists, right? They drop like certain months or certain days, or so it's like 917 always gonna be like a consistent date for you, or is it just what you stand on and what you stand for?
Man, so my birthday is like one of them birthdays that it rarely hits on a weekend, and I want to and this is the smartest move to release music on Fridays, and my birthday is never on a Friday. So the 917, like. I'll always do something for my fans on 917. Now, what that is, that's a surprise. But I'm not releasing anything on September 17th, 2020.
Got you. So, you know what I mean? I can't wait, though. I can't wait to see what does happen on 917. I know it'll be great. And then, talk about how you got into music, man. A lot of people don't know, man. Me and Dom... literally since 6th, 7th grade, we literally used to write raps back and forth, right? While everybody else was learning, man, me and Dom, I write a rap, then I passed it up to him, and then he got to write off what I wrote, and then I got to write off what he wrote. So, just talk about, how you, start pursuing music and making it a career, because, it's a humbling, it's humbling to see it coming to life for you, because like we used to do that as kids. So to see you chasing it, man, it's like, it's dope. It's dope, bro.
So how it came about, but not a lot of people know. We played college football. He's gonna be modest. He was an animal. I just got in where I fit in. But we played college football, and going to the league was never really my passion. So, like you just said, we've been writing records. Not records. We've been bullshitting, writing little raps in the classroom, go back and forth.
Right.
You write 4 bars. I try to do your 4 bars. Slidey be like, oh, that's how you rocking? Okay. You try to write 4 bars. And it just got to a point after, once I got on ASU's campus, it was like, do I still want to play? and I went to one of the spring camps. And before I made a commitment, I just wanted to see what what the team looked like. If this is what I wanted to do, I just wanted to touch the field again to see if I still had it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And when I touched the field, I'm like, man, hell no, I'm not doing another spring camp, another fall camp. Like that's not for me. And my man Dylan, he go by the name of Dillmatic. He real close with Adam. He had sent me a beat, and it was one of the coldest beats that he sent. He didn't even send it to me. He posted it on a Snapchat.
Right.
And he was sending me beats I wasn't rocking with at all. And I seen it on the Snap, I'm like, who's is that? He's like, oh, it's already for an artist. And I'm like, man, you need to let me get that. So the artist ended up not doing nothing with it. So he sent it to me. I wrote a record to him in like 45 minutes, and I told him, he was in Indiana. I said, yo, I'll be in Indiana next month to record it. And then the rest was history.
You talking about the, how you got started with the music and stuff. Talk about like the progression, right? From, talk about your first few tapes to where you are now.
So I got a tape that's on SoundCloud, my very first tape. I released it on my grandpa's birthday. Rest in peace. It's called Romance for the Streets, Volume 1. That tape is just like them old Wayne tapes where you get somebody beat and you just go crazy on it.
Right.
That's pretty much the gist of that. And I was just rapping. I was talking about some real shit, but there was no song structure. It was just straight bars. Some had hooks and whatnot with me trying to mess around, trying to figure out how to make a song with replay value. But for the most part, I wasn't getting people's ear.
Right.
So I was just really rapping just to show people like I could rap. So if I send it to somebody, the first thing they'll be like, oh yeah, he could rap. That's cool. That was cool for me when somebody acknowledged, oh, he's not just bullshit.
Right.
And then the Crown 917 tape, that was the one that got it jumping for me when I went up to Power 98.3 for that like Sunday night show, which is cool. That's not really hard to get on, but like it was a step in the right direction.
Right.
So, and then that one did numbers I didn't expect it to do. And that's when I started being able to make records that had replay value that people wanted to hear. Instead of barring you to death, which I still do here and there, I knew how to say something in one bar that it might take somebody else a whole 16 to say. You get what I'm saying?
Got you. Working smarter, not harder. I got you.
Right.
But you took it a step further, man. Talk about the clothing line. Like, that's so smart. And then, it's a success as well. So talk about the clothing line and, anything coming up, man.
Well, the clothing line was just something I wanted to do because at the time when I was done with money, I was that person that he would get a little money in his pocket and I'd have to go hit the mall or go shop online and get whatever I thought was hot.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I was just like, damn, imagine if I could get somebody to invest in my own clothing. Imagine if I could have just 4 people spend as much money on clothing that I used to spend on my shit. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I just put it together. And now, I still buy other brands, but if I want a whole wardrobe, I could just get my own. I could get whatever I want with my brand on it. You get what I'm saying? And it was just about ownership. Whether the business was going to sell, whether the business was going to generate $5 annually in revenue or $5 million, I wanted to own something. You get what I'm saying? Right. So now I got my own LLC, and it's perfect timing because with the whole COVID relief, if you have an LLC and you took care of your business, you got your EIN up to date, all your taxes is paid, you're going to get a nice little loan for the SBA, a forgivable loan. You ain't got to pay that back. So if you don't got an LLC, I encourage everybody to get one.
Man, and you talking facts, man, so powerful at such, not saying that we young and we kids, but at a young time.
But you can say that though.
Right.
Yeah.
Where you talking ownership. I don't know too many motherfuckers, around us talking ownership and owning stuff and, promoting their brand and selling themselves. So respect for that, man. And then, a lot of people don't, some people might know, but you used to be an athlete before
right.
The music, man.
True story.
Talk about that, man. Maybe if you got like a favorite memory or something, just playing, football or something,
Favorite memory. That's a good question. I've never been asked that. Mm-hmm. My favorite memory playing football would probably have to be my first D1 offer, just for the simple fact, come from a single black mom with 3 kids. When you could relieve the burden of her sending 3 kids to school and having to pay for that, that's just a blessing. Right. And I think that's what I did it for. And once I accomplished that, I was like, cool.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So that was probably my favorite moment. Now, I'll give you my favorite on-field moment.
Okay.
My favorite on-field moment was, oh man, I forgot. We won a state championship. That's such a light flex. Right, I really forgot about that.
Right.
Okay, besides that, before I got to Mountain Point, we was playing Chaparral.
Mm-hmm.
And that was my first game back. I had a real bad hip contusion. So I wasn't real mobile.
Right.
So the first half, I was guarding this cat, Jordan Hamilton. He's one of the best underrated athletes that came out of Arizona.
Facts.
And he was just quick, man. It was hard to get your hands on. And I was too hurt to play off coverage and be effective. So I had to figure something out. And the first half, he probably had like 5 for 70, 85 on me. I'm like, damn. So I came out the second half and I set a score record. I had 3 picks in the second half. Yeah. I ain't give him no touch though, so you can say.
Man, 3 picks, huh? Make up second half, man. And then, just touching on the football part, man, for those of you who don't know, me and Dom, man, we won the state title together 2014. Mountain Point. Top 5 in the country. They say it's the greatest team in Arizona.
History.
So.
You could Google that though.
Debate it if you want to.
You can fact check it.
And then, man, so I want to talk to you. So talk about your upbringing. I know you mentioned, single mother, 3 kids. Also, too, talk about, being biracial, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being a mixed child and growing up, in the society today, and with everything with the racial injustice and things like that. How does that play a part in your life?
Man, that's a good question. So, like you said, single black mother. I'm half black, half white, biracial. In terms of growing up, man, I have such a foggy memory of, and this is no slight to my biological father,
right?
Because me and him are piecing up our relationship. We're on good terms, but I have such a foggy memory of what it was like living in a 2-parent household,
right?
And at one point, I don't know too many people around me that actually know their father. So at one point I was like, man, what's worse? Not having a father or knowing him and then him doing his own thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I kind of try to find the good in everything, but growing up biracial is different and it's not. Meaning like it's different because okay, if I'm going somewhere with you or one of my partners who got dreads, who wear golds, they not going, when I say that, I mean like, other white people who are prejudiced, who jump to conclusions. They not going to think, if something happened, they're not going to look at me and be like, oh, he the one that did it. Right. Unfortunately, they're going to look at the person who's darker with the dreads or the golds. So, that's an unfortunate situation that we have people like that. They'll just look and be like, what looks like the lesser of 2 evils? Like, and that's a very poor way of looking at it.
Right.
But the reason I say it's not different because if I get pulled over, I can't say, yo, officer, here's my half white card. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
He gonna book me just like he gonna book somebody else. Right. And when I get in prison, now I don't want to say when I get in prison. I'm gonna stay out of there. But if I were to get locked up or something, ain't no, you can't go click up with the biracial group. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I can't go and I can't go kick it with the Aryan Brotherhood. Like I'm not white skin color, so you get what I'm saying. But I've never faced any like bullying or ridicule from black people. Right. I can't speak for other biracial people that say they get around people and be like, oh, they say I'm not too black. Because I'm sure that exists, but I just haven't experienced that.
Got you. And then like right, you talked about like, too black or something. Like my biggest thing too is, biracial people. And I got a lot of biracial friends, right? I got a lot of friends and I don't know if I'm using the right term, biracial. You are. Okay.
We know what you mean.
Right. Mixed,
Yeah, you're right.
Different ethnicities, right? My thing is like sometimes with our culture, like I feel like everybody love black culture till it's time to love it. Like
till it's time to be black.
Till it's time to be black.
Right.
Like, you know, like, cause I got some, you know, right, I got some friends that's mixed, right? And like when it comes to sports or something good, right? They like, you know,
I'm black. For a fact.
But you know, like when it comes to our hair or the way we act, then they like, well, I'm white.
They'll try to play it off and be like, no. They'll say I'm mixed. They'll say I'm mixed.
I'm mixed, but that kind of bothers me because any other time when it's sports
it's
or something good or something,
right? It's disrespectful. It is. It's disrespectful. Look, I'll say this. So there were. I got a lot of white friends. You know, growing up in Tempe, Phoenix area, Arizona. Right. So I got a lot of white friends, and when I would go over to their house for the first time, I used to love going to their house because these dudes had nice house. So it'd be like a getaway. It'd be like, yo, I'm going there. You know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going over here for the weekend.
Felt like Disneyland.
You know what I'm talking about. I'm going over here for the weekend because we used to be at some of the same places.
Right.
And there's no disrespect to nobody. I'm just telling it how it is. And the first time I get over there, I felt weird. You know what I mean? You walk in and you like, oh, his parents not like him. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like if I'm being too loud, I'm the stereotypical loud black person.
Right.
I feel like if I'm wearing basketball shorts and whatever, I'm the stereotypical black person because this dude's in a flannel and he hooping in some jeans. Right. And you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but I never hid that. I love when those moments arise because, like you said, I don't never play. Oh, I'm mixed. You know when I call, nah, like this is who I am.
Right.
You either gonna stop your son from kicking it with me or.
Right.
One of them I had one of them playing ball on the south side. Logan came and played ball on the south side. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Logan.
All right. Shout out
to his parents too.
Right. Real talk. We got a lot of protesting and things you know, going on. My question to you is what do you think will truly make change, right? Because, you know, you had the looting, you had this, right?
Right.
And then, you know, you got the protesting, then you got the peaceful protesting, then you got people rioting, right? So my question to you is like, what's actually gonna make change, man?
Man, I don't have the answer, but I don't believe in playing that question safe, so I'm gonna make an attempt.
Gotcha.
First of all, I don't understand how people can put the spotlight on the rioting, the looting, and the protest when it's a black issue being the topic of the state of the country. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you have white people loot and riot when baseball teams win, when football teams lose, when whatever the case may be.
Right.
And you don't hear about it. Right. You know what I mean? You don't hear about it. And what's even worse is, I was at a couple of them riots. The people that was doing that stuff, bro, they was not black people.
Right.
It was white boys and girls or whatever. And I don't know if they was plants. I don't know. I don't have that type of behind the scenes information. But they wasn't black people. And I think the biggest thing we could do to make a change is we need to start preaching ownership. We need to own some more shit. We can't expect a seat at the table if we don't even try to. We can't expect to talk and have our voices heard if we don't have a seat at the table. That's what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm gonna take it a step further. Bump having a seat at the table. We need to create our own table. You get what I'm saying?
It's true.
Like, but we just gotta. There's some things I would never talk about in regards to our culture on air because it's not for everybody. But there's some things behind the scenes we have to do with each other. Gotcha. And some of them things are reassessing how we value money. Right. We get money and we make some money, we give it right back to them. We gotta assess how we treat our women. You know what I'm saying? We'll make fun of a black girl if she too loud or what she wearing or how she do her hair or whatever. And then we'll go, and this is no disrespect to any other ethnicity, and then we'll go talk to a white girl, Hispanic chick, or Asian chick that listen to the same music she listens to, that want to talk just like her, that want to dress just like her.
Everything.
You know what them girls be acting like? Nunu from ATL. You know when someone's trying to act too black,
right.
them girls would be.
Right.
I just talked to one of my friends. I'm like, damn, bro, you don't date black girls, but one of your like the girl you talk to, she act more black than a black girl. Like,
right.
What you get what I'm saying?
Right, and you know with that, you know we talk about the stereotypes and all these things put on black people, right? And a lot of people don't understand that shit tough to deal with.
Man,
it psychologically makes you self-conscious, right? It makes you, let me not do this, right? Let me drive the speed limit. Let me talk right. Let me pull my pants up, right?
Right.
You know, it's certain things that, you know, black people, you know, have to suffer and go through. And I'm not saying, right, that all races don't, because we all go through stuff in our own way, but it's different. And, you know, hitting on that, like you said, valuing our women, we got to learn how to value our men. You know, one thing I was going to hit on before I started, right, ourselves, but, you know, one thing I was going to hit on was,
I like
you
where
know,
you're going.
you gotta know how to love a black man.
Another black man needs a, right?
But I'm talking about even from a woman.
Loving a man. What you mean? Explain that.
I'm talking about too, you know, the same way that we got to learn how to value our black women, love them, treat them right. I'm saying like too, what I'm pretty much saying is a black man need a queen.
Absolutely.
I'm saying a woman, it's not easy to, you got to know how to love a black man, right? That's what I'm saying. You got to know how to be gentle with him. You got to know how to talk to him.
But see,
and I feel like that's big, you know, when you're not from our culture. I'm not speaking on black women because, you know, a black woman, you know, she from our culture. So she know how to love a black man. But it's like you say, right, you got all these men who, I don't date black women, I don't date this.
You talking about for women outside who date black men, who
date black men.
Okay, who fetish it like I want a black boyfriend.
I want a black boyfriend.
I get what you're saying.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
And that's my biggest thing. Like, I feel like that's very important, you know, how to love a black man, you know, like.
I'll say it like, not to cut you off. There's just certain women outside of our culture who want to date a black guy just because it's, you know, it looks good.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because if you get, you know, if they happen to have kids, they get the little mixed babies. You know, the whole little mixed baby fetish. Right. But I don't see, this is something I never really understood. Like, don't get me wrong, I've dated outside my culture a lot, whatever, you know what I mean? I hold my black women to that top tier standard, but that's like, you know, that's my preference.
Right.
I don't shoot nobody down who you got a preference.
Right.
Black women is just my preference. It's cool. But you got these dudes who just date a girl for the look, and I'd be like, damn, bro, like, yeah, she look cold, don't get me wrong, but how can you relate to her? How can you come home, lay your head down, and like, what conversations do you have? You get what I'm saying? Like, how you can be like, hey, babe, let's watch Martin. She say, huh? Little stuff like that, huh? Like, yo, you don't know what Martin is? Or babe, like, damn, man, like, you know, I just got home. This cop was riding me the whole time. And the first thing she says, well, what'd you do? Like, you get what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Exactly. And like, that's what I was getting at because, you know, I was talking to this, you know, like this lady I respect, you know, I value, you know, I was just talking to her one day. And, you know, she's a white woman with a black man.
Right.
But you can tell, you know, she got a good soul, you know what I mean? Like there could be a sister, right? But, you know, like she was talking about how, you know, a black man, when I walk through that door, I should be able to take off my armor, right? I should be able to be at peace versus, you know what I mean? I come home and it's like, I'm still on the outside, you know what I mean? You know, at war, you know what I mean? And like, I'm just, you know, not necessarily, you know, trying to make it a, you know, a topic or something, but I just think it's important because, you know, growing up black, it's like, you know, on the basketball courts, it's, you know, it's some stuff we know not to say to each other, right? It's some stuff as a man, like, in our culture, because, you know, like, you know, we knew how to fight, hustle, everything before, we knew how to read, before we know how to say our ABCs, right? First thing you learning is hit, you know, fight, you know, and...
Well, I don't want that to be the stereotype, but speak on... That is for some people, and I know exactly where you're going. Keep going, I know what you're talking about.
What you mean by a stereotype?
So, I don't want that to be the stereotype that black people get instilled with these values of, okay, I'm gonna teach you the game. I'm gonna teach you how to hustle and hit the block and do your thing. I'm gonna teach you how to fight. I'm gonna teach, because that's not true for everybody.
But see, right. And but you know, too, when I mean hustling and things like that, like
right. How to survive.
How to survive. You know what I'm saying? Because we all gotta, you know.
Right, but all I'm saying is, just like you got those people in our culture, you have the other side of our culture was like, yo, I'm gonna be a doctor. You have that one baby that can already read the TV guide really well. You got, you know what I'm saying?
Truthfully. Right. And a lot of that don't get
the proper attention.
That don't get the proper attention, right? Because it's a lot of that. But it's more.
We got geniuses, man.
Truthfully.
If you look at who invented a lot of shit, we got geniuses.
We truthfully do, you know, but also too, you know, just, and right, I wasn't trying to stereotype us, you know, the fighting and this and that, but I'm just telling the truth. If you look in a lot of our areas, and that's why I don't blame us for, you know,
I want to talk about that too.
You know, us not sticking together
in
and things,
cities,
because it's like, once again, like when I say we taught how to fight and we taught how to survive, right? It's like if I throw lions in with lions, right? If I throw them in the jungle and I only give them a certain supply of food,
they're gonna get it.
After a while, they're gonna start killing each other. I'm hungry, right? I need it. I gotta survive, and that's our mentality, right? Growing up in low income areas, right? You taught how to hustle and survive, right? You taught, it's certain things that you taught and you were exposed to earlier than others, right?
Right.
But you know, once again though, you know, a lot of people make it through that. And it is a lot of, like, I always hear people, you know, some of the best dreams are, you know, actually some of the most money's in the hood.
So let me tell you, let me harp on something you brought up earlier when you said learn how to love a black man. And then I interjected and said, black men need to learn how to love black men. Because that right there could be the answer to what you're saying. Like, you say you throw lions in with lions. If there's a limited supply of food, you know, they're going to get it in about it.
Right.
And that's what creates that crab in the barrel mentality, right? Like, when it's late at night and you walking down the street, on one sidewalk, there's a black dude in the hood. On the other sidewalk, there's a white boy wearing a hoodie. Black dude wearing a hoodie on this side, white boy wearing a hoodie on this side. You walking down the middle of the street. Why is it that we gonna feel safer on the sidewalk passing a white boy in the hoodie than we would passing one of our own in the hoodie? Right. Like you said, because we have that crab in the barrels mentality. We see somebody, and the first thing we do is mug him. Like, we don't even know him. We don't know how his day going. We don't know nothing about the man. Right. Because we don't know him, is oh, what type of time he on? Okay, let me tighten up. Get real tense.
Right.
And you know, that tension is a negative energy. It is. And he feel it and he like, oh no, I'm not going. Let me tighten up.
I'm gonna tighten up too, right?
So, but instead, we could just walk by and be like, yo, what's up, bro? Oh, I like them shoes, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. And instead of having that crab in the barrel mentality, or like you said, them lions fighting for that same food, we could be like, look, check this out. We only have so much food here, and yeah, I could, you know, knock you off and eat the whole thing, or we could come together and figure out where this food came from and go get more of it and bring it back to feed everybody. Exactly. You get what I'm saying?
And I think that's great, and that goes to us having to teach that, right, and go forward with that, because like I said, like, and it's not to. And I'm just telling the truth.
No, you are.
Like we taught that from a young age. And then also, too, you know, with that, you know, walking across the street, seeing the black man, white man, you know, right. I watched the 13 documentary on Netflix, and like they were saying, black men, black people, like, we get, like, you watch Cops, right? Every time you watch Cops, it's a black person or something getting arrested, or, you know, and like they was explaining on the 13 documentary is that a lot of people, right, like, person always getting arrested. You see them always.
Right, it's the condition.
It's the conditioning. So they condition you. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So they're conditioning you to, fear your own kind.
For a fact.
And about how, you know, the media, the news people, right, they condition, you know, us, the masses, and others, and everybody. People, you know, African Americans, you know, they condition us, you know, and they make it look, you know, kind of in a bad way, in a bad sense, you know.
That we all sell,
you know,
dope.
Our gang bangers,
we all
sell
got a gun.
Dope. We all got a gun. Yeah. We all had no fathers, and you know, all these things, and you know, it's crazy because, you know, even hitting back on what we was talking about earlier, you know, I watched this video on African American Studies when I was in college at UAB, and I saw this video, right? These white people were rioting. They were mad. Like, I think North Carolina and Duke had just lost a game.
It was North Carolina.
News, right. And on the news, they're saying, you know, it's Caucasian people. They're saying, oh, they're just upset. They mad that their team lost.
About it.
And then on the opposite side, they show a video of black people just marching and protesting. I think it was for Trayvon Martin or something like that. And they're saying
the labels are different.
Here's a riot coming.
Yeah, the labeling is different.
And so that labeling, right? Like that conditions us to think differently.
So there's a label I hate. There's a term I hate, and it's black on black crime. And let me tell you why that doesn't exist. And there's people who don't understand. I saw a black man, you know, on IG flipping out on T.I. and a bunch of people who said the same thing I did. Black on black crime doesn't exist. That does not mean black people don't commit crimes against black people. Right. But like you said, that conditioning, the media makes it seem like black people, the black culture is the only culture that violates each other. That's not true. On the streets, Hispanics kill the most Hispanics.
Right.
In the mob, Italians kill the most Italians. Right. Asians kill the most Asians. Black people, it's because we're in communities. We're in the same community. So whatever is the majority in that community, of course, is going to be the higher targeted. That's just what it is. We don't kill each other at a higher rate than anybody else.
Right. Truthfully.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
White people kill the most white. Like, come on, man. Like, I hate hearing black on black crime. Okay. If you're going to say that, just keep it fair. Next time a white person kills a white person, call it white on white crime.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right, for real.
Because like you said, it's going to create that condition. And so every time I see somebody, oh, this is about to be a black on black crime situation. Come on, man. Like,
and that's what I say, like, and that's what I was talking about earlier, teaching us that hate, right? Not saying that we grew up in a home with no love, because you know, a lot of people don't know, like, black people are some of the most loving people. Honestly, me, the damn most loving people, if you want to be truthful.
You can go to another black person's home, meet his mom, grandma, she going, hey, baby,
she gonna kiss you, give you
want to play?
You want to play, you know what I'm saying? Something to drink, you know, so once again, I'm not saying, you know, as far as that hate, as far as, you know, in the household and stuff, because it's love. I grew up around love, right? Me and my cousins 15, 16 deep in one house, right? Sleeping on the same bed,
come on, man.
Cutting up the slices, right? We all trying to eat, right?
Talk about it.
So I come from that. But, you know, when I speak on like that hate and stuff, it goes back to, right, like the media saying black on black crime. So now when I see my brother, I'm looking at him like, well, what's on your mind? You know what I'm saying? And then, like you said, we both come from that same place. So that tension, it's like I'm on that same time you on.
But you know why too?
Go ahead.
Because I've been a victim of. I'll say this, right? We don't support each other as much as some of these other communities, like Asian communities. You see, they gonna hold it. They got the whole family owns something. So when the mom or the dad pass away, boom, the kids can inherit that. When they pass away, the grandkids can inherit that. We don't support each other like that. We'll come to each other for a buddy deal. Be like, oh, you selling shirts? Bro, throw me a deal.
Throw me a deal.
But you're not going to go to Gucci or Louis Vuitton and be like, yo, throw me. You're going to buy that $1,300 shirt and keep it pushing. It's like, because I've done this. Like, when we was in high school, you was getting offers. Jalen was getting, and I just say them too, because y'all was the two I was closest with at the time. And instead of me being like, yo, that's what's up. 2 black men about to go to college and, you know, get their shit paid for free. I'm like, damn. How come schools ain't looking at? How come? Oh, okay, that's how you fit. Right. On some hating shit, like that's just the first, but it ain't gotta be like that. Right. Instead, it could be like, bro, that's what's up. You know what? I'm gonna work hard and get there. Gotcha. And I did, but that wasn't the genuine. You know what I mean? It's like, man, wait, that's just because they ain't seen me yet. You know, shit like that.
Right.
That's what we do. Not all of us. I don't want to generalize all of us.
Not all of us.
But that's a problem that. Like I said, behind the scenes, we would have to get, you know, we're going to deeper conversation, but that's just, unfortunately, it's because of the whole 400 plus years of slavery, man.
Exactly, and that's what I say.
Yeah.
Black women, black men, we suffer for something, you know, psychologically, you know, just more different, you know, so it's like,
man.
It's deeper times, and that's why I say, like, sometimes I can't be mad at us for not sticking together, and it's not our fault. It's that they teach us this shit, and then they put the liquor, the liquor stores on every corner. You know, if I go to the South Side right now, I can find 5 liquor stores on one street.
For a fact.
If I come to Tempe, I can't find one.
But how many libraries could you find?
A ton.
Right. How many libraries on the South Side?
One.
Yeah.
You know, hey, Central and Southern, that one library everybody been going to for years. But you know, right. And that's what I'm talking about,
resources.
Right? The resources.
Right.
They limited. We limited there. So it's like
you preaching now, Curtis.
You know, so it's
You
like,
preaching.
you know. And you know, man, one thing I was thinking about was love, right? Because they say love conquer all. And then I was thinking, like, what's love, right? So I came up like, I say L, loyalty. Right? Gotta be loyal, man. You know, like what you say? Learn to be loyal to me, love me later, right?
Yeah.
So
be loyal to me now, learn to love me later.
Right. So I think about something that can work, right? Like, you know, between us and our community, I say love, right? Loyalty. Gotta start with loyalty. And then opportunity. Right? We gotta be able to present opportunity for our people, for our brothers, for our family, right?
I've never heard that. That's deep.
And then I say vision. Right? We gotta have our vision, right? Opportunity, we that vision, we gotta see it clear, right? And even when you don't see it clear, right, you still gotta stay laser focused.
You give him too much, Curtis.
And then I say E, right? Empowerment.
I love it.
You gotta learn how to empower people.
love it.
You gotta learn how to empower the people around you.
I love it.
And I think that love, not your definition of love, a boyfriend, woman, right? But I say loyalty, opportunity, vision, and empowerment. That shit right there can take us so far.
I love that. And you know, I always, just because you brought up that, you know, the how I say, be loyal to me now, learn to love me later. The reason I say that is because, and I loved that breakdown of love you just gave. I never heard that before. That was dope. But the reason I say that is because
Just thought about that like 30 minutes, 40 minutes ago, right?
that's off the top of the dome. Wow, it's a genius. But because okay, boom. Let's take it. Let's look at the romantic side of love. Okay, I don't want to steer off if you were going somewhere else with it.
Right. No, it's
You mind?
okay.
Okay.
Right. No.
So if we're talking about the romantic side of love, right? You could love somebody and hurt them still.
Right.
Right?
Right.
If that's the foundation of your relationship, is that romantic idea of love, it's not gonna work. And when I say that has so much shock value, like, oh, if you love somebody, it's not gonna work. How could you say that? Well, listen to what I'm saying. If the foundation of your relationship is just that romantic, I love you, you love me, everything is fine.
Right.
You set yourself up for failure, because love, if done prematurely and if done wrong, can imprison your partner. Because when you first meet them, I always say them first 3 months is like the greatest, right?
Right.
Because you create this unrealistic version of that person you're in love with. So the minute they slip up once, you're torn apart, and how could you do this to me? Whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I see you want to jump in, so I'll finish in a little bit.
And then, just to, touch in real quick, man. My brother Tavon, FCA leader up at UAB, man, so much love and respect for him. He's a great guy, right? One thing he taught me, people look at me crazy when I say this shit, but like he said, the best part about a marriage is the honeymoon. And a lot of people don't get that and understand that. And he not saying it won't be better times, right? Or you won't have good days, right? But he just saying, right? Like you said, that that the honeymoon, right? It's a good time, right? It's unrealistic. Y'all just got married, everything. But then after that honeymoon over, it's time to go to work.
Right. And love is an action, it's work. So like I was saying, if you build that foundation of your relationship on loyalty first, right? No matter how emotional, either partner gets, right? No matter how angry either side gets, no matter whatever the case may be, because your foundation is loyalty, you're not gonna hurt that person. Right. You're not gonna hurt that person. Because you're loyal to them as a person, you're loyal to their feelings, you're loyal to their ego, you're loyal to their pride, because those are things people don't respect in somebody, right? Whether they know it or not. Right. Love You could disrespect ego and pride in an argument like this with one word. Right. Oh, you beep, 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 beep. How could you, mother? You know what I'm saying? Right. But if you're loyal, that argument could be like, hey, babe, you know, I'm not in the right headspace. I want to disrespect you. Let me go calm down. Let me go take a walk and we can come back and have this conversation.
Man, that shit you just preached on real because, and my question to you is so, and we all, what you pretty much saying is you can love a motherfucker and not be loyal to him, right?
You can.
Because I feel like.
But I want to tweak that a little bit because now if you're just constantly, you know, being disrespectful to, you probably don't love them. Right. But what I'm saying is that mistake that I talked about earlier, that one mistake after they put you on that high pedestal of, oh, my boyfriend, my girlfriend is perfect. Oh, you made that mistake. I thought you would never do that. Like, you don't give them room to be human.
Right.
So you could love somebody, you could genuinely love somebody and make a mistake. Not a mistake. I don't like saying that's a cop-out. Right. Make a bad decision because you knew what you was doing. Right. So it's called a bad decision. So you can make a bad decision and still love that person. That's a fact. Right. That's a fact. And if you know, you base it on love and that one decision makes it, you know, if that's the end all be all, well, how deep was that love then? Right. You get what I'm saying? People not ready to answer them questions because it wasn't that deep because there was no real love yet because you haven't learned how to love me yet. So I say be loyal to me now, learn to love me later. You don't even know me yet. Right.
But so my question to you is though, because I feel like personally there's a lot of relationships where there's love, but there's not loyalty.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like,
right.
In a sense of,
for a fact.
You know, dude might have a good woman that he been with for 5-6 years, whatever.
I got you.
And she might love dude, but when he not around, she talk bad about him.
Yeah, you D Wade.
That's not loyalty.
Yeah, you D Wade. I'm LeBron. You just threw me a oop.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
You know,
I got you.
That's not loyalty. You feel me? Because
I got you.
You know
so look, check this out, man. You could have built a lot of history with somebody, right?
Right.
And your heart and feelings and intentions are not in it like it used to be.
Right.
You can love somebody and not be in love with somebody.
Right.
That's a fact. You get what I'm saying? Like,
right. That's
you
what
can
I was
love
right.
like when people have like baby mothers or girls have baby daddies, like that love always gonna be there. Like,
forever to the grave.
I love you. Like if something happened to you, I'm gonna be hurt. I'm gonna be torn up.
Right.
That don't mean I'm in love with you though.
That's real tough.
And that's when, you know, the hot word right now is toxic. Them toxic traits come in because we still pretending. Like we too scared to tell each other like, bro, it's not there. We know it's not there.
Honesty.
We know it's not there, but because we got so much history, one of us is too possessive to let the other go, even though it'd be for the betterment of everybody in the situation. Right. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And that's real. Like you said, you can love someone but not be in love with somebody. And see, that's where I was getting at, because then that make it hard to be loyal to somebody.
Right.
It make it hard to be loyal to that person. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I mean, what you hitting on is deep, and I think that's very important, right? Learn to be loyal, and then you can learn to love me.
Learn to love me because
you know too, love is love, you know,
especially young love.
You know what I mean? It's love, like I said, you know, because love is feelings, but it's also work.
It's work.
Because listen, like,
speak on it.
Just because I love you don't mean I'm going to wake up feeling my best every day. That don't mean I'm going to wake up and be my happiest with you every day, right? But that don't mean I don't love you, though. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? Love is it's work. It's not, every day's not going to be perfect. You know what I mean? I think, like you said, people spend that. And that's what I had to learn in my relationship class, right? Like movies, right? They teach us, and we don't know this, right? Like, you know, for instance, the movie Titanic. That whole movie's about cheating. I never would have knew that if I never took my relationship class. And see, they're promoting cheating without us knowing it. How? Because, right, you got Jack, right? So Jack, he's the nice, handsome young man on the boat, right?
I'm going to debate you in a little bit.
And then you got the woman, right?
Yeah.
She's on the boat with another man already. Right. Remember the whole movie? They're running from him. They're running from that guy.
Yeah. But
they're teaching you to, in a sense, right? So when your relationship's going bad, right? When things are going wrong, right? You got the ideal Jack. Jack is the guy who he does everything right. He calls you beautiful. He says these things right. He's the person you're in love with. So then when your relationship get tough, right, then you got the guy who she's running from. And that's not to say, right? And that's not to say you don't got relationships and problems that you shouldn't get away. But like I said, like that was just so mind blowing to me because, you know, it's so many things so many signs that they put and they influence us without us even knowing we've been influenced.
But just to be like a movie nerd, remember she was forced into that relationship with Buddy. She didn't even want to be with that dude. Right. From her parents and all that, because they was broke, he was rich, but whatever. But it could be like this too, right? I have a couple points I'm gonna hit on. Right. Like what we were just talking about. When you're in a relationship with somebody, when your heart's not in it anymore, when both parties know, like, come on, man, like, what are we doing?
Right.
Do you still consider that cheating?
Do I?
Not married. Right. Not married.
I think, you know, for me, it's like if you with somebody, be with somebody. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You know, you gotta be honest. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
forget the Titanic situation.
Right. I just think, you know.
So like if two people are still going through the motions, right? Just going through the motions.
And that's what I'm getting at. See, that's what mostly everybody do.
Okay.
Most people just go through the motions.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not speaking for everybody because we live in a society today where
we speaking about those people that go through the motions. We get that. Like
Right. Because, you know, we live in a society today where love isn't the biggest thing anymore, right? They talk down on marriage, right? Which God said is beautiful.
Right.
So it's like I feel like a lot of people go through the motion, like, and I wasn't saying like, you know, with the whole Titanic, like the whole movie's based on cheating, but the ideology of when your shit going bad,
they romanticize it.
It's another man right there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you ever notice, you know, when people start going through the motions, I ain't in it no more, you ain't in it. What do a lot of people do? They go find somebody else.
Yeah.
They go cheat. They might not leave that person, right? That's one thing I learned, right? If you ever notice, people get divorced, but then 5-10 years later, whatever, 2 months, 3 months, they're back together, right? Mm-hmm. Are they sticking it out or whatever because you got so much time invested in that relationship?
Right. So I wanna evolve off your point of love is work. And I said especially young love, because we're both 23.
Right.
When
24 now for me.
24, yeah, I'll be 24 on September 17th, like we talked about earlier. But the reason I say young love is because, okay, you could have somebody you probably still with from high school,
right,
college, right? And like you said, it's a job. I don't want to say that with a negative connotation,
right,
but it's work.
It's work.
Because that 16, 17, 18-year-old in high school, how can you expect them to be the same at 23?
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's like getting baptized, right? And follow me. When you get baptized, you get dipped in that water. People think, okay, once I'm baptized, ain't no wrong I could do. I'm good. I can get.
Right.
Think about that. When you get baptized, you gotta put in that work every day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because like if I can get baptized and I boom go on a killing spree and I get mad come Judgment Day, God said, "Now you going to hell?" Like, look, I was baptized one day. Right. That's like I tell you I love you once and you get mad at me because I cheated. Girl, I told you I love you. It's the same thing. Like, you get what I'm saying?
And touching on baptism, man, Dom actually baptized me. For those of you who don't know, and you know, on what you were saying, because I remember we going back to that back room and he like, Trail, don't think just now because you got baptized, right? Like you about to come out this water like oh Holy Ghost, like oh you saved now. No, because the devil gonna get more feistier.
It get harder.
It get harder. And see, like that's the thing with love sometimes. People think it's house. They think it's Sims. Y'all know the game Sims, you know, you build your family, have kids. See, people think it's that. But that shit, like, it's real
make-believe, man.
Work. It's real work. And that's what I was just saying, you know, that's what the social media do, right? You know, Roll Around Way, they just see they don't see the makeups and the breakups. They just see the Instagram likes. You know, all that shit fake. You know what I mean? And touching on social media, you know, like I say, you know, everybody always smiling, everybody always happy. That's not true. You know, my brother Tavon once again pointed out to me. He said in the trail, we can take a picture right now and smile, but once that camera go away, we can both be unhappy. right? Social media and all that stuff is fake, y'all. It teach y'all that everybody happy and everybody this and that. That's not the truth. People got this and got that. You know, a lot of these cars and the flashiness and this, it's not true. And that's how social media and stuff, you know, it gets you, right? The makeup commercials, right? They tell you if you wear this makeup, right, your face gonna be so beautiful. But you know, it's just all you know, it's all a hoax, you know, just you know.
Well, I like
to get you.
The point you talked about. People don't see the behind the scenes. You mentioned it, like in a relationship, it's like you got to be realistic with your partner. Again, remove them off that pedestal you got them on.
Right.
I can't give you 100% every day.
Right.
I'm gonna have a bad day.
Right.
So sometimes, you know, you hear, you know, 50-50. We're gonna be in it 50-50. That's not always real. Some days, baby, I might have 20. I'm gonna need you to bring that 80.
Come on.
Some days you gonna be at that 20, and I got you on that 80.
Right.
Trust me.
Right.
And you know what makes that relationship work though is that reciprocity. I could be like, okay, boom, I was an asshole to her the other day just because I was on a bad day, and she brought the 80%. She gave me a back rub. She cooked me something. She, you know, had a good time. Everything was good. I'm remember that. So when she come out the room tripping, why you always got the lights on? Why the toilet seat ain't down? You know, she's just having a bad day. Just be like, I got you. I got you.
Don't even trip, right?
Because I remember that reciprocity. What you put into me, you should make it a competition. What you put into me, I'm gonna put into you tenfold.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a healthy competition. Oh, you love me like that? Okay, I'm gonna love you like this time cent. Beat that. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's healthy.
And you know, I remember I was at work one day and this man came up and he told me, you know, we was just talking and chatting it up, and one of the best things he ever told me, and I think it's so true, and a lot of people don't look at it this way, but he said, your woman a reflection of you.
That's a fact.
He said, so if she at the house stressed out and this and that, that's you.
For a fact.
I'm like, God damn, right?
Bro, I could tell, look, check this out, man. I could tell if a nigga, I could tell if somebody's a duck, like if he just a square on the woman he with.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I told my dog this. He was asking me, he was like, yo, Dom, I like this chick. I don't know if she's the one, but I'm really feeling her. I said, you want me to tell you what I do? Like how I feel, right. How I figure out if I'm a cuff somebody or not? He said, what? I said, think of the strongest woman you know. Now, would you be able to put that woman that you like in that room with her? And would she be able to hold her own? To me, that's my mom.
Right.
Would that woman be able to come sit down at the table with my mom and have a conversation that would make my mom be like, oh, wait, she'd just be like, come on, man, what are we talking about?
Right. Because
it's somebody, now we're talking on a serious note. If you're talking about marrying and having your kids, someone's gonna have your kids. Right. When you gone working, holding it down, and something happen, can you trust her to hold it down?
Right.
Or does she just look good and she's just a freak in the bed?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. So I could tell a lot on a man by who he dating. I could tell a lot about his insecurities by who he dating. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I can see a lot about a man based off who he dating.
Right. Also, too, like, and this what got me. Most people don't cheat, but society and the world makes you think that most people cheat. You know, like I tell people, look at the music. When we were growing up, it was my boo, I love you, I hold you down, to these hoes ain't loyal, to everything, right? And understand, right, whatever you put into your mind, right, it can affect you, right? So if you got that mindset, these hoes ain't loyal, they ain't this, I can never love a woman, a bitch, whatever, right? Then that's how you gonna respond, right? And vice versa. So my question is, and being honest, do you think most people cheat though?
Do I think most people cheat? I don't know, but I'll tell you this. When both partners are happy, not when both partners make each other happy, when both partners separated are happy with each other, it's going to be very rare that someone cheats. And when people cheat, if a guy's cheating or if a woman's cheating, it's because one of two things. They don't respect who they with anyways, or they're insecure and be like, I think my partner's already cheating, so let me go.
Right.
That's just how I feel. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real talk. And one thing you pointed out, you said if we both happy, right? And that's where a lot of people get shit fucked up. Like I remember I went to church one Sunday, you know, out in Alabama, and like the preacher was just saying, he was speaking, he was like, I love my wife, right? I do things to make her happy, right? You know, I try to be the best husband. I try to do these things, but like he said, my wife is in charge of her own happiness though.
It's a fact.
And I think that's big, right? A lot of people lack that because they get in a relationship and they like, well, this person got to make me happy. They got to make me happy. I might not always make you happy. You got to make your, you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the truth. And like you said, when two people are happy, secure in themselves, man, it really, like you said, you know, a relationship can be good, you know,
flourish.
but a lot of people don't look at it that way. People look at it as like a person supposed to make me happy.
Right.
And, you know, sometimes people let you down. Like you said, that room of being human.
Got to give them room, man.
Because we all human, right? We all make mistakes, you know? Right. So
in a relationship, both people got to find that their individual happiness on, you know, by themselves. Like, you can't burden your partner with having to make you happy every day.
Right.
Because it's going to be, like you said, I'm not going to be happy every day. But that's not your job to wake up thinking, how can I make Nique happy? Because then what about your life?
Right.
So it's best when each partner has found their source of happiness within themselves, and when they have their own life, so y'all could, you know, because relationships need those little breaks. And if you just hugged up under somebody all day, you're gonna get tired of them, man. Right. That's just a fact. You're gonna get tired of them. And if you're not secure enough to not be around your partner, then you're not ready to be in a relationship. That's a fact. Right. So when you got your own life and she got her own life, y'all can come together and be like, oh, baby, how's your day? Oh, I did this, that, and the third. Oh, I had such a good time. And it's just positive energy.
You know, proper nutrition.
Proper nutrition.
You know, the proper nutrition, right? You know what I'm saying? I can't be eating salads and drinking water and all this, right? And then she eating pizza and candy and all this, right? You got to have that, you know, that proper nutrition. I was just using that as an example, right?
Right.
Because once again, you got to be happy within yourself, right? So you got to find that balance, right? So like I say, right, it don't make if I'm looking good and I'm eating right and she not, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm getting my proper nutrition and she not. And that's going to make her unhappy, right? So we always got to have that.
And you know what's going to happen?
The right balance.
You know what's going to happen? She going to find her Jack from Titanic.
Right.
I promise you.
I'm telling you.
Cause what's that?
I call him Martin.
What's that one cliche that was a hotline to say for a minute? What you not willing to do, someone else is.
Someone else is.
Yeah, that's a fact, man.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. It's, you know. And that's why I was talking about that Titanic and that Jack, and that's what the culture creates, right? Like if you, all right, so this is a bad relationship, it's forced, it's this, Jack over here.
Right.
And it teach you that the grass is greener on the other side when Chris Brown told y'all it wasn't.
But shit, like everything that's said is also true for the opposite. Right. So sometimes that grass is greener.
No, facts.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, okay, so
go ahead. And to touch on that, and that's truth, and that's why I say, right, you might be in bad situations where you got to get out of it, right?
For a fact.
But see, I see a lot of people in bad situations that can be fixed.
Yeah, some people don't know what a bad situation is.
See, and that's the thing, like, right, you know, not to get too religious, right? But, you know, like my brother Tavon told me, and the best thing I ever heard, right, if you can destroy a man, you can destroy a household.
It's a fact.
And I say that because, you know, we live in a society today where a lot of men aren't being men, right? And if you can get that man to do the wrong things, not take care of his family, take care of his responsibilities, right?
He's gonna fall.
The house, you know what I mean? Once again, the house gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta pick me back up though.
But that's why I said, remember I said my friend was asking, boom, how I know if she the one. If you in that position where you going through it, man, if you got a queen that's like, damn, he going through some shit, he might be falling, shit might be happening.
Right.
Let me be strong enough to hold it down so he shake back.
Got you. And see, that's what I was.
People need to stop dating girls, man. They need to start. If you want a relationship, don't date a girl. You need to date a woman.
And see, and that's what I was, you know, pretty much hitting on. But, you know, like you were saying though, you feel me? And that's why I'm getting at. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people. I didn't see, you know, people in bad situations that need to get out of it, but I didn't see people in situations where it can be fixed.
Hold me down.
It can be fixed. But see, like I said, when you got that mentality, what you don't do, somebody else will. When you got that, oh, I need my woman to look like this, and she don't look like that, but she can be the woman for you.
Yeah.
Once again, like those type of things start to show in your relationship. And that's why I say it's a lot of situations that's unfortunate where they could have worked out.
Right.
They truthfully could have.
Like, people,
but you wasn't willing to, like I say.
People don't, as I said, people don't know bad if it bit them in the ass. Like, they think a bad situation is, oh, he or she ain't text me back tonight, or he or she, they yelled at me tonight. And,
Right.
Like, relationships for two different people, relationships for one couple is going to be different for a relationship for another couple. Right. Meaning, what might work for them might not work for someone else. So it's hard to, to give general advice of, once it hits this mark, you need to leave.
Right.
Because that might not be the case for them.
It might not, right.
You get what I'm saying? But, like you said, you don't know, you're not in a relationship until shit hit the fan. I always said that. Because it's cool. You could be in love. You could love somebody. You could like somebody. You could be in like and lust and love, whatever the case. While everything's all good. Right. The relationship don't start until shit hit the fan.
Right.
Then who are you? Then who am I to you?
Right.
How do we get past this?
Right. How can we
if
fix
shit
that?
hit the fan and you playing in a baseball game where one strike and you out, then it wasn't in a relationship. We was just borrowing each other's time.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
That's real. That's real. That's real. And
that you can't pay me back for. So shit get real. So I got a question for you though. All right. I don't know how this turned into a love podcast, but it's all good.
Hey, it's all good, man. We talking about everything.
Yeah, black men don't talk about this enough.
Right.
But okay, so on a brighter note, what do you look for? Because you talking about, they think a guy need a girl to look like this, girl need a guy to look like this. What do you look for in a female? Let's start with physically, because let's not lie, that's what it is before you go on a date. You can't look at somebody and be like, oh, she's got a great personality. Let me ask her out. Right. What do you look for physically? And then once you have that physical attraction towards somebody, which is the underrated element in a relationship, physical attraction is whether it be for the first 2 months to 20 years. Right. What do you look for physically? And then once you find out, this is my type, this is my preference. What do you look for in her personality that tells you, what, I could sustain this bond with this person?
Oh man. Well, first, physically, man, you gotta be beautiful, right? You gotta.
But what does that mean? What's your standard of beauty?
Man.
Like, what do you notice first?
Because I know you saying physically, but right, like beauty to me can be beauty in the soul, a beautiful smile,
Okay, smile, because you don't know her soul yet on that first date.
I don't know, right. Yeah. So I say nice smile.
Nice smile.
I'm saying?
All right.
Some nice hair. Gotta have your hair done. You feel me? I don't care.
Okay.
I say, man, gotta smell good. Clothes gotta be on point.
Clothes, fashion. Okay.
Fashion.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Gotta be on point. You know
okay.
What I'm saying? So, that's it for me. As long as you smelling good, you got a good smile, you look good, you know what I'm saying? It's good, you know what I'm saying? Can't be too big, right? Because I'm a big dude, so.
Okay.
But yeah, man, like that's it, bro. You feel me? Like.
So then when you're talking to this girl with this beautiful smile, nice hair, cold fit, what about her conversation do you look for where you're like, this could be something?
Man, that's a good question right there. I would say shit. I say when when it's like she got more to offer than just sex. You know what I mean? Like when she got more to offer than just sex, and something that can be beneficial to me, because that's what a relationship is too. Sometimes, you know what I mean? Like
by beneficial, you mean materially? Is that a word? We might have to edit that. Materialistically? That's what I meant. I graduated from ASU, went to UNLV. The education it's not.
Nah, like what I mean, like beneficial to me, like it can mean materialistic, in a sense of credit and things like that. But you ain't gonna know all that after no first date.
Right,
but
right. No,
but when I say like when I know the conversation can be good, like when I know, like when I say beneficial for me is like once again when I know, what I'm saying, like it's something like you gonna bring me peace.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? You gonna bring me peace.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna, beneficial. You know what I mean? You gonna push me, right? If I want to work out, if I want to be on my diet plan, you gonna be right there with me, right?
Right.
Like something more than just that physical. You know what I'm saying? Because I have more to offer than that. Like Mozzie said, I'm in love with your hustle, baby, not your pussy. You feel me? So it's like, I want a hustler. You feel me? I want a woman that's gonna go get it. You know what I'm saying? That mentality, that ambition. You know what I mean?
Right.
Staying motivated. Because who you have behind you gonna push you. You know what I mean? So.
And if she's not strong, you're not gonna get pushed very far.
You feel me? That proper nutrition. You feel me? Like I say, if she don't got it, if she off in something and you up in something, or you off in something, she up. You gotta find that right balance.
True story.
So. But man, what about you though? What from the physical to the inside?
I thought he was gonna let me off the hook. Physically, man, I like a pretty smile, obviously too, and something that's different. I like a girl with pretty hands,
Right.
like thin fingers. Like my hands from like sports, like it's swollen. I done fractured, sprained, so we can't have a chubby handhold. It's just not gonna. It's gonna get sweaty.
Right, all sweaty. Right.
I like a girl with pretty hands, but no. I like to see what she look like without makeup. Natural beauty. If you don't got to get caked up to be confident to lead a house, that's what I like to see.
Right.
But and I'm not gonna lie. Come on, man. I like a girl with a nice ass. I like the girl with the nice waist. That's just me. I'm gonna keep it real.
Right.
You ain't gotta have the. I don't want to sexualize women, but you ain't gotta have the biggest chest for me to be like, damn. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's just what I like physically. But now, if I'm looking for something in a personality to where I'm like, okay, what's gonna sustain this relationship? If we're having conversation and it's stimulating me mentally, meaning it's making me think about things I ain't never thought about,
right?
That's a big turn on. If she can make me think and laugh in the same conversation, that's somebody.
Right.
That's a rare combination. You can make me think and laugh in the same conversation. You a bad somebody. That ambition. I always ask when I'm talking to somebody, what is your goal? What are you working towards?
Right.
And if they hit me with the that's cool. I'm not going to be like, oh, you worthless, because not everybody has it together.
Right.
But just where we are in our lives, you may not be the one for me right then and there. Because like you said, I'm a clearly express what I'm working towards. If you could do the same to me, now I could think about, like what you said. Okay, how can we push each other? Because I want to help you get it, just like you want to help me get it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Right. I don't want to stand on the mountain and be looking down, and be like, yo, babe, I did it. I want to be on the top of the mountain with you, be like, yo, we did it.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, and this is outside of relationships too, but whenever you're with somebody, whether it be a girl, a group of friends, if your circle is built with one person that has it, it's gonna fall once that person goes.
Right.
But if you in a relationship or your clique where everybody got it, one person could fall and the others can help him get back on his feet. You get what I'm saying? That's how a relationship should be.
Right, that's real. And then, man, of course, got you on here, music guy. So, the world want to know, what's your top 5 favorite rappers, brother?
My top 5. If you know me,
no order. I'm
gonna give you order. I'll give you order.
Go ahead, man.
Hold on, I got it written down in my phone. That's how big of a music fan I am. I'm gonna give you the order. But if you know me, number 1 is Jay-Z for me. That's not even That's not even a question.
Right.
Who do I got at number? Let me see. Who's my number 2? Man, I can't. Oh, here it go. Who I got? I got Jay-Z as my ace for a fact. And then before I answer, you said favorite, huh? Just favorite, not who I think is the best.
Right.
Okay. So it'd probably be Jay-Z, Drake, Lauryn Hill, Wayne. That's 4?
Yeah.
Jay-Z, Drake, Lauryn Hill, Wayne, and probably Biggie at 5. Yeah. Biggie, J. Cole. It's like they fighting for that 5th spot.
Right. Yeah. For me, shoot, I'll say, no particular order.
Okay.
Order, Nipsey.
Nipsey's you love 1. You love Nip.
Drake's 2.
Okay.
He got overthrown by Nipsey. I'm not saying who better or anything.
Just your preference.
My preference,
Right, okay.
I say Nipsey, Drake, Wayne and then Jay-Z. You know, that's my top 4. You know, I grew up on Wayne and Jay-Z.
Yeah,
they birthed me. And then Drake raised us. And then Nique came in and gave us that game too. So, you know, that's my top 4. You know what I mean? So, for sure.
Okay, hold on. Let me throw myself in the mix. God damn it. We're friends. You listen to my music. What are your top 3 songs by me?
That's tough. I definitely say what's the one I like? I can't even it's Sin S, yes. Right.
I thought you were gonna say is it Sin or is it
yeah, Sin. Yeah, Sin.
Okay.
Sin.
You like that? I thought you liked How I Feel with
yeah, that's one of them too. But that's Sin, you know.
Sin is your number 1.
And then the shot that I wouldn't shoot. No order.
Yeah,
no order,
okay.
It might depend on my day, right? My mood. You
and
know
if you got 5, damn it, run off all 5.
And then that How I Feel, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ari. She killed that, right?
She did. Yeah, shout out to Ari.
Yeah.
And she's expecting another kid, so prayers for they got a safe and healthy delivery on that baby, for real. And
then my third one, it ain't dropped yet, so I can't even talk about it. So yeah, man.
Okay.
So, you know, I got the exclusive, so I can't talk about the third one. But
okay.
But those are definitely, you know, my favorite.
Cool.
Definitely my favorite 2 for sure, though.
Good.
That How I Feel, that Sin, you know, like you said, that replay, right? You know,
replay value.
I hear that. You know what I'm saying? And then you know that back. You know that
back.
Because you know my kids, right? Back.
Yeah.
Back. You know, my kids all day back. So you know, I always catch myself back. You know, they touch me, right?
Shout out to Kai and Kyron for making that song do the numbers that it did. I feel like they might be the two culprits responsible for why that did what it did.
Man, so you know, with the back, you know, I definitely love that song. So, and I mean, I love all your music. Like I said, I love to see the progress, right? I love to see the real music, right? I love to see you being yourself, right?
Thank you. Right.
I think that's very important in the you know, the music industry. Just, you know, anything in the entertainment, because you know, you kind of start to, you know, people start to lose themselves and lose, you know, who they are. But, you know, you still intact with everything, man. You still intact with, you know, who you've been since day one, and with the music, the hustle, just everything, bro. So definitely respect it, man.
That's probably the best compliment someone could give me. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Well, you got anything else for me?
Man, you know, just, you know, had a, you know, good time, man. Great podcast, you know what I mean? Excited, you know, first debut, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm excited for you.
I'm excited, you know, because this shit is going to grow.
It's going to skyrocket,
bigger,
man.
You know, and it's funny, people asked me about the couch last time. Like, shit, hey, this motherfucker comfy, right?
As hell. It's a good couch.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why it might tax to get off a promo. It's a good. No, I'm just playing. But no, I'm humbled. You let me be the first guest to kick off your debut in your podcast career. I think you clearly got the personality for it. You got the charisma for it. And if anything else around the city, you got the connections for it to have premier guests on here. Right. So I'm going to support like you supported me, if not more. That's a healthy competition we're talking about within our culture.
Right. And healthy, sorry to cut you off, healthy competition. Right. A lot of motherfuckers don't. Like, and see, that's why I got such a competitive spirit, right? And it might come out as unhealthy sometimes, right? But healthy competition, right? That's how you grow, right? Me and all my dogs growing up, like literally, and if you see, we all versatile, right? We all got, you know, we got business owners, right? We got people doing the acting, right? We got people playing professional sports, right? Like, it's crazy, and this is in our closest circle, right?
We got a hell of a circle, yeah.
And that all comes from healthy competition, right? You know, we out there playing ball growing up as kids. We trying to kick each other ass. It's not because you ain't my best friend, but it's because it's that competition. It's that pushing each other. It's that making each other better, right? It's not that, oh, I'm this, that, I'm feeling this type of way, man. Healthy competition, man. It's good to compete. It's good. And I truly appreciate that, man, for real. And
doubt.
man, shout out to Voss, man. He the man behind the scenes.
Mixed
man.
by Voss.
You know what I'm saying? He that
Adam
guy.
in the building.
Hey, if you ain't following him yet on Instagram, go hit that man up, man. Have him, check in on his music. Have him mix it for you.
Christopher Voss, aka Young Adam,
You know what I'm
aka
saying?
let me tighten up them vocals,
You know what I'm saying?
aka come through and record, aka the man, the myth, the legend, Adam Voss.
That fucking guy.
He back there, y'all can't see him.
It's a wrap.
Oh man.